Have you ever felt out of place in a room full of people? Not because you're shy, not because you're arrogant, but because deep down your soul craves something more. If small talk feels empty and social gatherings drain your energy, maybe you're not a misfit. Maybe you're simply walking a path of deeper thought. You're not alone. Intelligent people, especially those aligned with Stoic philosophy, often choose solitude, not out of hate for others, but out of love for truth, clarity, and inner peace. Welcome to Stoic Unlocked, where we explore timeless principles to guide the modern mind. In today's video, we're diving into 6 powerful reasons why intelligent individuals, especially Stoic thinkers, often dislike socializing. More importantly, we'll reveal why this isn't a weakness, but a quiet form of freedom. Reason 1, they crave depth, not noise. The intelligent mind is like a magnet for meaning. Conversations filled with gossip, trends, or who said what feel like chewing flavorless gum. Sweet for a moment, but ultimately unsatisfying. They're not being distant or cold, they're just wired differently. Their minds seek intellectual nutrition. They long to talk about ideas, life's deeper nature, human behavior, or ancient wisdom. Stoic thought encourages meaningful dialogue. As Epictetus taught, first learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. To them, silence isn't awkward, it's honest. And when they're forced into conversations that lack meaning, they retreat, not out of arrogance, but integrity. Reason 2, they fiercely value time. To intelligent people, time isn't something to kill, it's something to protect. Every moment matters. Seneca once warned us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And in today's world, much of socializing feels like a time trap. Endless meetups, shallow talk, and obligatory hangouts pull them away from what they truly value: creating, thinking, learning, building. They don't measure time in minutes, but in meaning. 2 hours spent thinking deeply about a problem is worth far more to them than 5 hours of empty conversation. This isn't antisocial behavior, it's a conscious choice, both spiritual and mental. Reason 3, they observe more than they speak. In any room, the intelligent person is often the quietest, but their silence isn't absence, it's presence. They watch, they notice. They dissect patterns, sense inconsistencies, and understand motives. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You always have the option of having no opinion." That's not weakness, it's wisdom. While others speak just to be heard, the intelligent choose to listen first, and sometimes not reply at all. They may come across as distant or disengaged, but in truth, they're highly in tune. Just not with noise, but with nuance. And that's just half the picture. In the next part, we'll explore 3 deeper signs and how Stoic thinkers use stillness, focus, and awareness to stay grounded in a noisy world. Are you ready to keep going? Picking up from where we left off, we've seen how intelligent, Stoic-aligned individuals often step back from social noise, not out of coldness, but from a deeper longing for meaning, clarity, and inner order. Now, let's go even further into their mindset and explore why protecting peace, avoiding shallow validation, and embracing solitude are not flaws, but forms of quiet strength. 4, they guard their inner peace like treasure. For those who live by Stoic values, peace isn't just a preference, it's sacred. It's the still water beneath the surface of a stormy world. And social environments, especially chaotic, high-energy ones, can feel like waves crashing against that inner calm. The Stoics taught us we cannot always control our surroundings, but we can master our responses. Still, that doesn't mean wise individuals purposely throw themselves into energy-draining environments. In fact, those with heightened emotional intelligence are especially sensitive to atmospheres. A single negative person, a room thick with ego, fake smiles, shallow praise. It all leaves an invisible mark and disrupts their inner alignment. That's why they often choose to stay away, not out of fear, not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. Epictetus put it best, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, the choice to retreat is often misunderstood, even mocked. But true strength is found not in being seen everywhere, but in knowing where you truly belong. And sometimes, peace only grows in the places others overlook. 5, they are not addicted to validation. Many people socialize to feel seen, liked, approved of, but intelligent individuals, especially Stoics, follow a different compass. They're not fueled by attention. They don't chase applause. They aren't interested in popularity. They're devoted to principles. That's why shallow social games, who's trending, who's admired, who said what, feel hollow to them. As Marcus Aurelius wisely asked, the approval of such men who do not even stand well in their own eyes, how can it be worth seeking? When you no longer crave attention, the crowd loses its power over you. When you know your own worth, you don't need reminders from the outside world. There's freedom in that, a rare, silent freedom that few ever taste. 6. They find fulfillment in solitude. Solitude isn't emptiness for the intelligent. It's fullness. It's filled with thought, creativity, vision, stillness. They don't need a party to feel alive. They don't need noise to feel noticed. They've built an entire world within. And in many ways, that world is richer than anything outside. They read books to travel across time. They write to hear their own soul speak. They walk to realign with the present moment. And in those quiet hours, they don't feel alone. They feel whole. Whole. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." To the Stoic, this is the ultimate refuge, the fortress that no crowd can invade. So while others fear being alone, these individuals fear losing themselves in the noise. If you often find yourself stepping away from the crowd, if silence feels more like home than a crowded room, if solitude nourishes you while socializing drains you, then you are not broken. You are not strange. You're simply walking the path of Stoic true wisdom. This isn't about rejecting others. It's about committing to your purpose. The world may not always understand your silence, but it's in that silence that you grow, and that's where your true power lives. Stay thoughtful, stay grounded, and above all, stay true to your inner compass. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to apply this quiet strength in a loud world, from everyday conversations to life-changing decisions. Ready to go deeper?